It's time for the Mad Dog Show, coming to you from the heart of the Bulldog Nation. And now, here he is, the Mad Dog. We are thrilled to have back to the Mad Dog Show a two-time guest. He decided he'd come back after the first time, and that's Hap Hines. What's up, Hap?
Hey, good to be here, man. I'm always honored to be on your show, my friend.
Well, what's cool is, since you came on the first time, it's like I started running into you everywhere, running into you at
Well,
Georgia games.
that's what altruism will do for you.
Oh,
You got two guys that are doing the duty that lies nearest. That'll happen.
that is a very true statement. A very true statement. And the last time I ran into you was this past weekend after the SEC championship game with your son. Is it Harris?
It is Harrison.
And you guys were having just a special father-son moment. You were about to go in the opposite direction of where you had to go to take him to a special meal. I can't remember where it was. Where were y'all going?
We were trying to get over there to go to Johnny Rockets. There are not many of those left, and there's actually one by Olympic Park
Oh, yeah.
near the College Football Hall of Fame, and he and I have always loved that place. You can get a good greasy burger. It's kind of an old school theme and all that, and of course we were on cloud nine. About the only thing that would have made it any sweeter than beating Alabama in the SEC championship game is having a cheeseburger to go along with it.
So did you make it? Did y'all get there?
We made it. We made it. So it was great. We had a good time.
And then did you go all the way back to Noonan after that?
We did. We did. I've made the trip so much. Being from I'm from Marietta. That's where I was born and raised.
Right.
And I go back to see my mom. Every once in a while just to help her out. And so really, getting to Atlanta to Noonan it's in a lot of ways. I almost feel like Noonan's turned into part of an extension of Metro Atlanta. So it's not too bad once you get past the Grady curve, and then you can it's a straight shot.
So what time did you get home?
Golly, Ned, it was probably, I want to think, when we got back, Virginia and Duke were still playing, so it was at the tail end of that game. I think Virginia had just scored to tie it to go into overtime, maybe 11:45-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, not bad. And just to catch people up on, just in case they don't know and hadn't connected the dots, you played football at Georgia. You were a wingback coming out of high school. You were going to Presbyterian College. You got the 11th hour call from Georgia about kicking. Came into Georgia, turned out to be just a great kicker. Played with Kirby, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I have more. It's really neat. My junior year, he was actually my holder. On place kicks for me, and I guess when you're a kicker, and sometimes we can be. We can get a little bit tense before games. I guess Kirby also served. He'd probably tell you he served as my psychologist that year too.
Yeah, that's wild. I forgot about that connection you had with Kirby. In addition to playing with him, that he was your holder, which is kind of random for a DB to be a holder. How did that come about?
Well, everything he did. I mean, he's just got the it factor. I mean, It's not just being a great leader. I mean, everything he does is perfection, and whether it's leading, a team to the SEC championship, winning national championships, but it's also been, he was our team. He was our team captain, starting all SEC conference, all academic. And also a great holder. I mean, he's just reliable, and that's really, you don't think about it much, but that's a really important, piece to the operations of place kicking. And when you've got someone that is going to set it perfect every single time, it's just one less thing for me to not to worry about. And Kirby, just like I said, it didn't matter if it was holding the football or or making a tackle or getting an interception. He could just kind of do it all. He's just always had the it factor.
Now, did you guys ever run a fake in a game that required him to pass?
I want to think one game he may have gotten a high snap. It wasn't planned. And I think we're playing Kent State in the opener. And sometimes, you might have, a couple wrinkles to iron out. I think he got a high snap and he rolled out and then he threw it and threw it for a 2-point conversion. So it worked out pretty good for us.
Oh man, that's cool, man. That's a great connection that I had forgotten about. I think you told me that the first time you were on.
So he was 1 for 1 on 2-point conversion passes.
100%.
He's 100% passer too in college.
Just like Kirby. And then of course we have to talk about, even though we talked about it last time, your kick against Purdue to win the game. It was a long kick.
Yeah, I think I set a football record with that one for the shortest field goal in the history of college football.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It was for the win. It was for the win. How cool is it for you as a player who played with Kirby? Obviously he was your holder. You guys are friends. To just watch his career, not only the great career he had leading up to Georgia, but then what he's done over the last 10 years. It's got to be really mind-blowing for you due to your closeness to him.
It's really neat to, it's mind-blowing in the sense, just kind of an average Joe like me can say, I'm friends with Kirby Smart and when we, whether it's the occasional text or when you're in Athens, he's kind enough to just take time to come and talk to us. It's been fun telling people back home that he was your teammate, fraternity brother, and holder on place kicks and things like that. That's been really, really neat. As far as and I'll say this, he was super. I went into education, and coached high school football and tennis. And when I was a teacher, and then got into administration as athletic director, and now principal. But he always, when I was coaching and an athletic director, whether he was on the trail recruiting at Alabama when he was there, he always, when it used to be Alabama and LSU for those big battles, he always got me tickets and, always got us, got a couple pictures with Nick Saban and all. I think I've got a football that's signed that he gave my dad that says, to Judge Hines, roll tide, Kirby Smart when he was at Alabama. So, yeah. And then, he, like I said, but for him to go out, he's been super nice when you consider all that he's got on his plate now, being in his alma mater. He's getting pulled in a million directions just to stay laser focused, is really, really impressive. But those that knew him in college can probably say, in a way, I'm really not shocked that he is, become the best coach in football, just simply because he was ultra off the charts competitive, super smart, super focused, and just a perfectionist at everything he did. So, I mean, I think if we were to rewind back to our college days, just everybody that knew him, would say he's going to be very, very successful. And that's the understatement.
Yeah. I mean, clearly, it's like you said, he's got the it factor, and he's somebody who's clearly a perfectionist.
Right.
And is going to do everything perfectly. And the results bear that out.
Right.
You got Kirby, the perfectionist. You got Hap Hines, who is beloved by all. I mean, everybody that knows you loves you. I'll give you an example.
You haven't looked far enough, but I appreciate it.
Hey, I'm in a workout group with our fellow friend Doug Butler, who said to tell you hello, and he said he wanted me to ask you about his skills as a defensive back he claims that he once covered Michael Greer in pledge practice, and he wanted me to ask you about that.
That's funny. I guess back before it became a legal liability, when we were in college, the SAEs would play the KAs,
Oh yeah,
and it was basically just a football fight or a rugby fight or football without pads, whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
And Doug and Michael and we were SAEs. Kirby was SAE, and so I remember we had to practice, and Michael was he was my pledge brother and signing class, and we were we lived together as freshmen pretty much. I mean, he's unbelievable athlete,
Right.
and Doug's trying to cover Michael, and Michael's out there. I think he could, you know, but Michael was breaking our ankles. Put it that way. But Doug was
Well,
able to hold his own.
well, I think you're being a little too kind there. I think Doug would admit that Greer got by him before he could even blink his eyes. But yeah, you had an all-star pledge class. Was
Uh,
Kirby in your pledge class?
he was Kirby. Kirby was he was a couple grades above us.
Okay.
He redshirted and was one year ahead of me on football, but he was a couple grades above us, and of course they told us if we won the game, we could get initiated that night. But I think at the last second they said, you know what, maybe this isn't a good idea that they have this game. And so it ended up not being played. Probably a wise choice looking back on it.
Well, I mean, I was a K and we had that game, and I'm obviously older than you. And we got to halftime of that game, and that was back when it was played at, a undisclosed location. And
Right.
it's like, man, you had a fraternity brawl and a football game broke out because there's not much football playing going on. And they stopped the game at halftime. It was the second half was delayed until 2 weeks later at the intramural fields, you know, under police presence, zero drinking. We lost. And so my pledgeship lasted my entire freshman year. We did not get initiated until May.
I'll just say I'm glad cell phones and these gadgets that can record everything weren't around back in 1996.
Oh yeah. No, it would have been nobody would have a career.
Exactly. It'd have to be on a constitutional amendment that everyone's allowed 5 good mulligans in life.
Nothing that happened in college counts.
Right. Exactly.
Well, is one thing I wanted to bring up that has happened since the last time you were on the show, and that was a big reward you won. I want to read this to make sure I got it right. The J. Reed Parker Award, and in memory of a beloved professor and advisor, recognizes former Georgia student athletes who have demonstrated excellence in their post-grad careers and made meaningful contributions to their communities. And we talked about this a little bit, and you're way too humble about it. But to anybody listening, this award is a big deal, and so I wanted to congratulate you on that.
Well, I appreciate it, but I mean, when I tell you it's a team effort, it takes a village. And when I look back, I consider I think I had the greatest teammates when I was at Georgia in the world. I had the greatest group of friends, in the fraternity and all that in the world, and it led to wonderful wife, kids, and then just like you said, I'm lucky that I get to come to work every day with a great group of people, great group of teachers who care about kids. So I'm probably, if anything, I'm more of an expert at just riding coattails than I am anything else. But it's been a lot of fun and to enjoy what you do, and then of course when wonderful time of the year to reminisce and watch some college football and everything, and to go back to Athens and see your friends. It's just it's definitely very, very, very special and meaningful to me. And Robert Miles, who works with the University of Georgia Athletic Association, just a first class gentleman. He was very instrumental in choosing me for that award, and it means a lot, especially coming from him.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, man, congrats again. And you've got a great community over there behind you, and you've actually taken some Maconites from you, like Trey Rhodes over there, and
Yeah.
he's a distinguished Maconite. And then you've got people from Noonan that are distinguished on their own, such as Senator Matt Brass.
Heck of a great guy. One of my neighbors. We've got a wonderful group over here. Skin Edge.
Yep.
We like I said, a lot of my friends in college that just happen to be from Noonan, and I feel like in a lot of ways I've lived in Noonan. I was born and raised in Noonan on a lot of fronts. Leland Barrow, he's a Noonanite who works for the Athletic Association and Sports Information. Great guy. He's a Noonanite. A buddy named Van Motla, great guy. So I've got a lot of buddies from UGA that live in Noonan or from Noonan. So it's a great place to be.
I tell you that Matt Brass, he, in addition to being successful, I believe he's in commercial roofing and being a
Right.
senator. He is one of the just most naturally funny guys
Oh, he's a
that you will
riot.
ever meet. I mean, it's effortless with him. The comedy just flows out of him.
Get this. I mean, Brass is awesome. We love him. Something unique. We have we always joke with each other. We live in the same neighborhood, and we've got a timeshare dog. Now we're not exactly neighbors. He lives, if I were to give directions to someone from my house, it's take a right here, then a left there, another left, and a right, but a dog just kind of showed up at our front door about 7 years ago, and my wife just said we just can't have a dog. We're in right now. We have two little kids. We can't take on a dog. So Matt's wife Megan takes the dog, and so his name's Pretzel. But then Pretzel would just somehow end back up at our house. And then after a while, he would leave and he'd end back over there. So this dog goes back and forth from his house to our house. It's the quirkiest thing. But when you think about, it's not like it's right. Again, it's not like our houses are right next door. He's got to walk probably maybe, half a mile with several turns. So he's a smart animal, but we always joke with each other that we have a timeshare dog named Pretzel.
Now, but y'all are the only two families that share Pretzel.
Yeah, we're the only two people, right?
That
So,
dog.
matter of fact, Megan will call my wife Kelly and, hey, is Pretzel around? And Kelly say, well, I'm standing on my front porch and I think I see him coming. Yeah, this is him coming towards us. And then she'll call Megan. Have you seen Pretzel? Yeah, he's back over here. So he just goes back to and forth from our house to their
Now, is
house.
this an inside dog where y'all are letting this dog?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's a cute little fella, little white Chihuahua type dog mutt.
That's hilarious. I've never heard of that. Only in
I know.
Noonan, Georgia, with
And
Hap
only
Hines and Matt
Noonan, yeah.
Brass.
He must be a pretty smart dog though, because like you said, it's not like it's a house that's right next door. I mean, you got to go make several turns to get from my house to his house, but that's what he does. He just kind of goes back and forth from their place to our place and so forth.
That's hilarious. All right, back to football.
Yeah.
Something that you can truly appreciate is, man, our kicking game has been lights out. Thorson, I think, was just named an All-American, but and he's kind of somebody who's well known, but kind of the guy that's to me a little bit under the radar is Woodring. I mean, Woodring
That
has been
guy
on
is,
fire.
He doesn't miss.
Knocking on wood.
Knock on. But let me tell you, I to say, I mean, I don't even have the right word as far as, I mean, he is just ice. I mean, cool as ice. Money every single time. I mean, just I can't even put into words how impressed I am with him. Just he has been clutch. I don't think I have seen him miss. I mean, he's amazing. And I had the fortune to meet him a couple times, and just a super, super cool dude. And I mean, again, when I played, people would probably tell you I was a little bit uptight and all that. He seems super loose and just loves the moment, and the pressure doesn't get to him at all. And just he wants it. He wants the moment, and he is amazing.
All right,
And awesome.
the moment. So let's talk about that. Obviously, this guy's making extra points, he's making field goals, but the rare moment he had was that the onside kick in the Texas game. And I didn't see this till later, but there was a camera that was just focused in on him and what he did after that successful kick. And the boy was jacked up. And why wouldn't he be? I mean, he had executed that to perfection. So as a kicker, let's go inside. Tell me, I mean, did you ever have any onside kicks?
I never had to do an onside kick. I had to sky at one time, and there were a couple times I had to directional kick it, like squib it.
Uh-huh.
But I never had to do an onside kick. And I mean, today these guys. I mean, I put, I didn't have, even I wasn't. These guys are putting it in the back of the end zone 95% of the time. I'm glad I didn't have to compete with that. I'll just say that, you know, because I mean, what these guys are doing, hitting 60, 70-yard field goals, you see that. You see some
Yeah.
guys are doing that. I mean, I'm speechless. I thought when I could hit a 63-yard field goal with the wind behind my back that was and do that at practice that was okay. These guys are connecting from 70 yards, putting them out of the end zone, and again can just have the perfect placement on an onside kick. So yeah, I mean that's just all part of him being just a big time weapon for Georgia.
I'm trying to figure out where I would stack a play like that for a kicker as far as, the perfectly executed onside kick that basically put the nail in the coffin in the Texas
It
game.
did.
I mean, that's got to be right up there. That's up there with game winner, isn't it?
Right. And I'll say this, Alabama was playing Clemson in one of the national championship games, and I think it was Kirby. It may have been Kirby's last game at Alabama. He'd already been hired by Georgia, and I think they had a very unexpected onside kick that was kind of the difference in the game, or really sort of kind of put the nail in the I mean, the timing when we played Texas. Everything about it, that was just awesome. I mean, just absolutely awesome, and it just shows you the confidence that Coach Smart has in his guys.
Yeah, I mean, just executed with surgical
Mm-hmm.
precision. It was like poetry in motion. And
Yeah.
you watched it and you're like, it was like watching a car wreck. You're just like, you're in shock. And you're like, oh my God, we just onside kicked it. And the next thing you know, Cash has snatched it up and he's sliding on the ground in celebration.
I was
And
about to say,
everybody's just
if you didn't have that
freaking out.
rule where you couldn't advance it, Cash
Right.
probably liable to take it and run it back for a touchdown. Uh, just awesome. We were there and we were
Yep.
jumping and all over each other, hooting and hollering. And I mean, it just, like you said, they probably practiced it a million times
Yep.
and picked the perfect time to do it. And that's players that are confident because the coach instills that in them, and that's just good coaching too. I mean, it
Yep.
was a perfect time to do that.
Absolutely. Couldn't have been a better
Mm-hmm.
time. Couldn't have been better executed. So you were there with Harris.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, he. My son loves it. He wants to go to all of them. And I've taken him to as many of these events, and it's kind of fun for for the father to take their son to Georgia games and other games, and he can't get enough of it. He absolutely loves it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I could tell that the other day when I met him that he was all about it. You could tell
Yeah.
he was just still kinda jacked up about that game, man, and, it's the same way with my family. I mean, there's so many
Uh,
magical memories that are made by the
yeah.
dogs,
Uh, we're
from
loving every second of it, and
yeah,
it's especially this particular decade with Kirby Smart. I mean, you just want to tell him thank you because
yeah,
this is an unprecedented run for any program, and we're not only do we have a great coach, but he's one of us,
yeah,
and that's what makes it just awesome. And you know, then for us to have families and instill it in our kids
yep,
and to see them become rabid fans is just awesome. I mean, my son goes to uh, he goes to Kirby Smart's kids camp. I
uh-huh,
mean, and Coach Smart's in there coaching all those kids hard, just like he is. I mean, it's not one of those where he just makes an appearance. I mean, he's out there the whole time coaching them up, and it's really cool because it's a lot of people that we went to college with who
yeah.
have kids that are young, and they all go to that camp, and it's just a standard. He wants to have the best youth camp that he can have, and he does. And it's like I said, it's just really really special. This particular, just the moments that we're in right now with Georgia football.
Oh, absolutely, and you touched on it. I mean, it's like you wanna write the guy a thank you letter. I
Yeah,
mean, you start going back through just the family times that
yeah,
you've had that were I mean, it's rare that you experience just sheer bliss and just
yeah,
pure joy, but, I mean, we experienced it at the Rose Bowl when
yeah.
Sony Michel scored that touchdown,
Yep.
you know? Experienced it on New Year's Eve
Mhm.
when we beat Ohio State, experienced it in Indy. We
Yep.
experienced it for a very long, strange period at SoFi when we beat TCU, which was one of the strangest games ever because you just kind of looked around in the second quarter and we're like, we're not even having a game here. This is over. And
It's awesome, yeah.
yeah, I mean, last year versus Tech, last year 2 times versus Texas, this year
Mhm.
versus Tech. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, and all these special memories that you make with your family.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
Georgia football is hand in hand
It's
with your
great.
family,
It is
and it's
great.
magical.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, once we step into Sanford Stadium or, we go to a lot of the away games too, suddenly everything is just right in the world.
Yeah, and, I've talked to my friends before. I'm like, we need to take a step back and just realize what we are experiencing is the rarest of the rare
Mhm.
on planet Earth.
Right.
Like, how many people go to college or have a team, they don't ever even sniff the playoffs,
Mhm.
much less a national championship. And we're
Right.
just swimming in this stuff year after year, and
Awesome.
it's an embarrassment of
Mhm.
riches because of Kirby.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's unbelievable.
I hope he stays there another 40 years. I mean, like I said, I've had so much fun these last 10 years. I can't even see straight.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said, we try to get up to see them all, and then we try to get to the away games as well. And so it's a special time, and I know it. And I'm speaking probably for everyone in Bulldog Nation, especially the ones, around our age that went to college and have kids that get to go and see this as well. It's just awesome, and I think I get more. I enjoy watching my son have fun with this and cheering on the dogs, probably more than anything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just experiencing it through their eyes.
Yeah,
And
taking
so,
them to the old hole in the wall places to get something to eat
yep,
and then go spend a bunch of money on Nike apparel for them in the bookstore, and
that's right.
it's awesome.
So you like to go on the road, as you mentioned. Now, are you going to the Sugar Bowl?
I'm planning to. The one thing is I've got a teacher work day, which is the next day, and I'm I'm sitting there going, well, how how do I, with a straight face, tell them they got to be there for that when the principal's not going to be there? So
You
put it
cancel
this
it.
way: if I'm
You
not at the
cancel
Sugar
it.
Bowl,
You're the boss. You cancel it.
I know, I know, it's killing me. If I'm not at that one, knock on wood, I plan to be in Tempe. So,
Wow.
so that might be the trade off there, and my son's probably gonna give me no way out on it. So my wife might end up taking him to that one because he's not gonna let the sun come up if he's not at that ball game.
Now, was he there last year?
He was.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, New Orleans is fun. I mean, last year was obviously weird with everything going on with the terrorist attack and Kirby's
Yeah,
dad. So I'd love to go back and redeem
yeah,
ourselves, which I feel confident we would. Because, man, if the team that we just saw beat Alabama plays 3 more times,
yeah.
Indiana isn't beating us.
No,
Nobody's beating us.
I think Georgia's got that confidence and just that dog in them right now. It's just hard to kill, And I mean, let's just call it for what it was. I mean, I'm not trying to talk smack to Alabama, but I mean that was a stomping
Yeah.
last Saturday, and it wasn't. The score wasn't even. It was a lot worse than what the score even indicated.
Right.
And I just think we are going in and peaking at the right time, and just to see the improvement over the year is. I mean, again, you got to credit that to just excellent coaching.
Mm-hmm. And there's teams out there. I mean, I've got Indiana fatigue. I'm so sick about hearing about Indiana. Who have they played? I mean,
Well,
who have
you
they
would
played?
you would, and that's they didn't have. Oh, I mean, yes, they just beat Ohio State, and that's a big win. And they did beat Oregon and all that. But I'm trying to think. And those are two quality wins, but that's really all it's been on the schedule. Now, the year before they didn't. I think it was Michigan, and then when they played Ohio State in the regular season, they got pounced. But I kind of think eventually, somewhere along the line, that unfamiliarity is going to be kind of their ultimate equalizer when the playoffs get going.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the game that got hyped the most this year was when they beat 3-5 Penn State,
Right.
which was to
I
me, I'm
mean,
like,
yeah,
I'm
at the
looking around,
time,
going, why
yeah.
is everybody hyping a win over a 3-5 team without a coach? This is
Look,
insane.
when you talk from top to bottom, the SEC is a grind. I mean, you've got a lot of good teams that are also need to be in the. I mean, if we're talking about truly the 12 best teams, in college football, you probably could throw 2 or 3 more teams from the SEC in there. It's
Right.
just the fact the conference sort of cannibalizes itself, through the course of the regular season. And for Georgia to be sitting there, SEC champs, and 1 loss and having avenged that loss, that is really, really, really hard to do. And if you can stay healthy with that, it's going to be, again, I feel really, really good going into this playoff.
I do too. I feel good about, the general health of the team other
Mm-hmm.
than Bobo. I hate it for him. But I
Yeah,
mean, we're seeing guys trying to come back that you would never dream would even be
right.
back this year. Like Kirby's talking about Colby Young,
Yeah.
which would be a medical miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Acting like, Sugar Bowl's a maybe, but definitely in Tempe. And I'm like, that's just mind blowing.
Yeah. Yeah. They want to play. They want to play. They want to play ball for them. They want to play for their coach. I mean, these are competitive kids, and he's made it real clear. If you don't like to compete, then Georgia's probably not going to be, or if you don't want to develop and compete, Georgia's probably not going to be the right place for you.
Right. Right.
I mean, from a development standpoint, he's the best in the business.
Bar none.
Bar none. It's not, I mean, it's, and it's really cool to see someone like Mike Bobo, who you played with, having the success that he's having. So, that it's just really, really neat to just kind of sit back and look and say, at one time you granted I was the little kicker. So, I mean, I'm not out there having to tackle and take the hits and give the hits and all that, but it is kind of saying that you were in the locker room with them.
Yeah, I mean, that is beyond cool to talk about. Those were your teammates, and now they're leading the Bulldog Nation. I mean, that's just amazing. The fraternity that you're in, the fraternity of football.
I think I need to backtrack. My son did not go to the Sugar Bowl last year. I get the SEC championship game and that kind of mixed up. I went with my best friend Brian Satisky.
Satisky's your best friend?
Oh yeah. Oh, we love him, man.
Everybody, that makes sense because everybody loves Hap and everybody loves Satisky.
Yeah. Like I said, Brian is the best. He is the best.
Yeah, he is awesome. So generous.
Heart of gold in what he's done for the university. The Satisky Mental Health Foundation and all that. He's just the best. He's awesome.
Now, I didn't even know about that. What is that?
He's got that with he founded it and donated to have kind of a mental health for student athletes at the university, and it's really good. I mean, as you can imagine, it's a different world nowadays, and these kids have so much going. They're having to deal with so much being a student athlete. All the things that go with that. I mean, to have someone and to go get a little mental therapy is a big plus. I can tell you, being in education, it's a definite high need to have that. And that's just coming from my experience of being a principal, and Brian and his family are certainly very, very generous for what they do and their leadership. And again, like I said, I'm so grateful to the University of Georgia to give you friends like that and teammates like I had. So I'm just very, very grateful.
Yeah, wow, that's a whole nother connection I didn't even realize. Not only y'all's connection, but I didn't realize what the Statiskys had done for mental health for our student athletes.
Yeah, they do a lot for the university. And Brian, of course, you would never know because he's just so humble.
Right.
I mean, he's kind of the epitome of what's that old saying? Great things can be accomplished when no one cares who gets the credit. Brian's just all about helping people. So, and he's been like, a big brother to me, and his family's family to me.
He embodies altruism in action.
Oh, he is altruism, no doubt about it.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Well, Hap, thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy and you got to get back to running a school and a school district, I believe. But man, it's always great to have you, and I hope I see you in New Orleans.
Absolutely. Like I said, honor to be on here, David. It's always good to get on here, talk some ball, talk Georgia, and talk about the great times. And appreciate what you do, your podcast, and tell those Macon guys, hold the fort down for me and tell them I said hello.
I'm going to do it. Hap Hines, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
The MadDawg Show is proudly sponsored by Alex Smith Garden Design, Griffin Lumber and Hardware, The Sanford Company, Sellers Construction, Bib Distributing, Butler Automotive, Pelicano Construction, The Dog Bone, Go Clean Co., Macon Monogramming, Fincher's Barbecue, Bulldog Illustrated, Cranford Chiropractic, Walthall Oil,